I hit that bottom where I was like, oh, I've just gained too much weight and I've got to do something. I'm going to go on a diet. And I talked to my husband about it. He's like, I don't think this is a healthy diet. I understand you want to lose weight, but this isn't the right way. And I love you how you are. And said all the right things. And I said, oh, thank you. I'm going to try this diet. I should have listened. So let's talk today about fad diets, what we did, why we did them, why we're not doing them again, and why we don't think you should do them.
Empowering women by our life lessons and manifestation skills, helping you reach your dreams faster. We did it. We'll show you how without making the same mistakes we did. One cowgirl, bull-raising, childless wife with multiple businesses and streams of income who is manifesting her dreams into reality. She will help you with your weight loss and wealth goals, making you happy and healthy. One single badass boy mom with a passion for energy, healing, health, and fitness. She will help you with healing and overcoming limited beliefs to manifest the life you've always.
Welcome to our podcast, Taking Life by the Horns.
And Taking No Bull.
As always, we're going to start with a gratitude. What is your gratitude today, Candi?
Well, you and I went out to dinner the other night.
Yes.
And we splurged.
A lot.
Big time. We shared a stromboli.
Mm-hmm.
We shared a plate of pasta.
Yep.
We shared bully bites.
Yep, an appetizer.
And we split a turtle cheesecake.
Very good turtle cheesecake.
And I am so grateful for that experience, that memory, that delicious food. And I am so grateful I don't feel guilty about it whatsoever.
Yeah, no guilt whatsoever.
None.
Yeah. Enjoy life in all of its luxuries, right?
Absolutely. What are you grateful for?
Well, on kind of the same line, I'm thankful that I no longer give into all the fad diets. Oh. And there has been a lot of them. So let's talk today about fad diets, what we did, why we did them, why we're not doing them again, and why we don't think you should do them. So I know the craziest diet I've done. What's some of the diets you've done? Give me one.
I don't know that I ever did a lot of crazy diets. And if I ever did a diet, it probably lasted for like a week. And that was it. So, there was things like Atkins. There was the low carb, starve yourself, just drink a meal replacement shake, right?
For life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say there was one that I did that I had really good success with. We'll get into that later, but tell me about, we each did the
HCG diet.
HCG one, yeah.
Yeah, so the hormone growth, I forgot what it stands for, but so this is what I was told. I was getting my hair done. And she said, oh, have you heard about the HCG diet? And the weird thing about this is, this was 10, 15 years ago before I met you, and the same lady told you about the diet.
Yeah.
And I didn't follow her. She told me about it. She's like, okay, well, you eat 500 calories a day, and then you take this shot of hormones. And I said, 500 calories a day. And I was a calorie counter. Like, I knew exactly what calories everything had. And I know 500 calories a day was not a lot. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. And then I thought, I hit that bottom where I was like, oh, I've just gained too much weight and I've got to do something. I'm going to go on a diet. And I talked to my husband about it. He's like, I don't think this is a healthy diet. I understand you want to lose weight, but this isn't the right way. And I love you how you are. I said all the right things. And I said, oh, thank you. I'm going to try this diet. I should have listened. So yeah, I ordered from India some HCG, and I did the drops under the tongue. Did you do the shots?
No, I actually bought from that lady, and I actually did the injections.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I remember having spinach, bland chicken, tomatoes, but 500 calories, cabbage, absolutely no fat. So not even in our lotions. So have you guys done the HCG diet? Comment. Maybe you like it. Maybe it's worked for you. So I've heard people where it has worked for them. For me, it did not, because I'm all in or I'm all out. So I was all in. And I figured if 500 calories was good, 300 calories was better. So I got really low calories. I would try to skip meals. I would get to a point where I would only eat dinner, and I'd eat like 8 ounces of steak and a tomato. And I lost, I can't remember now, honestly, 24 pounds in 45 days. I'm pretty sure is what I lost.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I lost muscle and fat and water And the last stage was, bringing back carbs in and doing a set point. And I'll talk about set points a bunch, but, getting your back into eating. And I just binged.
Went all out.
Gained the most weight I ever had, was the heaviest I ever was after that diet, and decided I would never do another diet. And then I started exercising. That's when I started CrossFit and lifting weights and got real nice and addicted to exercise and working out. But that's my HCG diet. That's
what other
one of
diets
many.
did you do?
Well, so I've done Atkins, which was the 90s keto. Mm-hmm. So it's a little different, but it's basically low carb diet. I think it's low carb, low fat, and that's the difference between keto.
Right, exactly.
I had much better luck with keto. The low carb diets, I've done keto, I've done carnivore, Atkins, I've starved myself, I've battled with bulimia a little bit, more so anorexia, just making myself not eat. My longest, I don't know if it's a diet or if it's just what I was doing, but a cereal bar in the morning, a lean cuisine for lunch, and a lean cuisine for dinner. So I was 3, 6, 750, 800 calories. And I would get so hungry at night that I would just force myself to go to bed. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever time it was, so I could get to the morning and have a good day. Some evenings I would let myself have some popcorn. But that was my diet for many, many years. I would also, I couldn't stay awake. Watch a movie, I fell asleep. Go to the movies, I fell asleep. Unless I was active, I was sleeping, I was grumpy.
You had to.
Yeah.
What did you have to live on? I think it's interesting you mentioned bulimia. And I'd love to know how many women out there have suffered with anorexia or bulimia, because I know I did the starve yourself thing.
Yeah.
That was probably my go-to. But there was a time that I tried bulimia too, to try to control weight. And I think it's interesting that here we are, two women who suffered with something like that. I mean, it's got to be more common than what we know.
I think it is. I think as women, this is something that we don't talk about, we hide, but we need to talk about it, because there's no other way to get through it unless we talk about it. Yeah. But yeah, I ate, I made some cake, lemon cake, but I didn't bake the cake. I just got a spoon because I love me some cake batter, and I ate all the lemon cake batter. And then I drank enough water to make myself throw up. And then I quickly learned that throwing up cake batter is really bad. So I didn't do it very long. Yeah. Thankfully, it was a really bad experiment. But I thought that, hey, this is great. I get to eat what I want, and I can just get rid of it. That didn't really last very long. But yeah, and I've struggled with dieting for a while. And I wouldn't say that I've really struggled with my weight as much as I struggled with dieting, yo-yo dieting. So it goes way back. I was in the 2nd grade the first time I thought I was fat. I thought, I need to lose this baby weight. Because I heard my stepmom talk about the baby weight when she had my brother. I thought it meant the weight I had from when I was still a baby. Mind you, I was not a chubby kid at all. I was in very good shape.
Isn't that amazing how little things as a child can just set a program in motion? Yep,
and it set it in there. And then when I, went to college and fell in love, I didn't gain the college 15. I gained, the I'm in love 10 pounds. And I remember crying in the dressing room because I was buying a bikini because we were going to the lake, and crying in the dressing room because I thought I was fat. And my now husband did not think I was fat, thought I was beautiful. And really there are times I should have listened. But I went straight and started my first diet.
I didn't really struggle with weight until the college 15, the freshman 15. Yeah. And I knew at the end of my freshman year, I had put on quite a bit of weight. Okay. And that's when I first became very conscious of my weight. I really wasn't up until that point. And that's when I tried anything I could, whatever fad. I think maybe my saving grace, and it might have worked to my detriment too, but I think my saving grace was the fact that I was not consistent. So whatever I chose to do, whatever unhealthy habit I chose, I wasn't consistent with. I learned much later in life, when I got to a point that nothing I was doing was working. No matter, I could have been eating all fruits and vegetables. It didn't matter. I was not losing the weight. And then that's when I made the correlation to hormones. So not everything we're putting into our bodies is what's putting the weight on. A lot of time it is hormone imbalance. It is a destroyed digestive system, a gut that doesn't allow us to process the foods, a bogged down liver. So there's lots of other factors that play into our weight gain or our inability to lose the weight that we have. It's not always about food.
Simply not being able to sleep. So our body resets every night. So it's very important to get a good night's sleep. That's one thing I learned too is the circadian rhythm. So waking up with the sun, not watching TV or being on our phone right before bed. The things that we can do to get a good night's sleep so we can reset our system and our body can tell us if we're hungry, if we're not hungry, listening to those hunger signals. So I don't know about you, but all of the yo-yo dieting definitely has messed up the hunger signals.
Absolutely. I will say the one thing that I ended up doing that really put me on a path of success was the keto diet. I do not think keto is the right diet for everybody or long-term even. It is a great way to reset your body. I also had to do other things along with that keto diet though. I had to detox my body of all the stuff I had put into it that was not good for me. I had to heal my digestive tract, so heal the gut lining so that the food wasn't escaping anymore and creating havoc throughout my body. I had to detox my liver and kidney and make sure that they were functioning and they could expel things I didn't need, but process the good nutrients that I was putting into my body. So it really is a process. And I got to a point in my life where I really was very happy with my body. I was more conscious of the things I was eating. So I was eating what I wanted, but I was eating healthy food. I wasn't eating a lot of processed sugary foods. But I realized at that point is when hormones really plays a massive role in our lives. And as we age as women, it becomes even more detrimental and pertinent for us to pay attention to. So in the last few years, I've really focused on balancing those hormones as well as maintaining a healthy eating lifestyle, because that's really what it is a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's something we do all day, every day, no matter what we're doing or going through. It's the same. So all those little pieces of the puzzle fit perfectly together, but I do think it is important for us to reset our bodies like you're talking about with the sun, with the food, with detoxing and cleansing.
So the keto diet for me, I love the keto diet. I did good. It helped me with a lot of inflammation. I took it a step farther and I did carnivore diet. So 1 year, only steak, eggs, some different things, but mainly steak and eggs, but only meat products. And I think it really helped the reset. I think it worked as an elimination diet because a lot of us have different things that affect us. Is it dairy? Is it gluten? Is it a tomato? It could be anything. Tomatoes are like my very favorite vegetable. So the carnivore diet sounds like a very difficult diet. It was the easiest diet I've ever done. It took me 1 week to have no cravings whatsoever.
Wow.
And then lost a lot of weight. Now, one thing though I did notice, speaking of hormones, and one thing I've learned is progesterone needs carbs to grow. There are 0 carbs in carnivore, very little carbs in keto. So I think it's very important if you're going to try those low carb diets that it isn't a forever thing, that you do have a date that you can kind of start adding back in some healthy carbs. I have a system and I'm really excited to start sharing it with everybody, but it's more about the lifestyle. And everyone says that it's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. I agree with you 100%. What does that mean? A lot of people don't understand, what does that mean, making it a lifestyle? So I have a program where I teach you that. I teach you to think skinny And thinking skinny is going to create the skinny body that you want. And you're going to learn through this program what are the diets that work for you, because what works for Candi doesn't always work for Tenneile. What works for Tenneile may not work for you. So it's a great system. We'll have information. I'll put it in the comments. But I really have, it's weird to say I have a passion about weight loss, but I've been a yo-yo dieter. And I thought about that. Why do I keep going back? You know, I'll get to a nice goal weight, I'll get back up, I'll keep going, I keep going. And I finally thought about it and realized that I am manifesting a certain weight and I'm getting back to that weight. And I've been really great with manifesting and learning how to manifest with different areas of my life. And I never put it with my health and being skinny until now. And so I'm super passionate to teach you guys this, because I think once you start to learn to be healthy, a lot of other stuff fall in place. Yeah. So we talk about self-love, and I think a lot of women, especially, it's hard to love yourself when you have this idea that you're not comfortable in your own skin. So being comfortable in your own skin, and then you start having these programs and these habits that will create what you want. So just kind of a sidetrack there, but super, super excited about teaching you guys, not what diet to do necessarily, we'll go through those, but how to make it a lifestyle. And not a lifestyle for 30 days, a lifestyle for your entire life, and a lifestyle that you can go out with your friends, you can get boli bites and strombolis and a plate of pasta and a cheesecake and not feel guilty about it. And still wake up the next morning and be like, oh my gosh, these jeans still fit and I look great in them and I'm just loving life. So that's, well, 2 cents.
I think you're onto something, and really that is key. It is about loving ourselves. Yes. And I can tell you from my ups and downs and my struggles and feeling bad about myself and bad about my body and being embarrassed to go to a lake and, take off my clothes in front of people. The key is loving ourselves. And I think I've known that for a long time, but I've recently commented to you and another friend of ours how differently I look at food now. Yes. When I am making my food, I am so in love with my body right now. I am so thankful that it is healthy and it keeps me going and my brain works and gives me great ideas. I have the energy. I'm 47 now and I have more energy than I did at 20, and I'm so thankful for that. So now when I'm putting things into my body, I'm very aware of what am I giving this body that I love? Yes. Right? We feed our pets the way we love them. We feed our children the way we love them, and we need to feed ourselves the way we love ourselves. Yes. And so now I told you when I'm cooking, I actually play really good music when I'm cooking, puts me in a good mood. I have a great smile on my face. I'm really excited to eat the food I'm cooking. I see all the different colors of food, whether it's different bell peppers or onions or whatever it is. And I just envision my body just getting excited to absorb all the nutrients in it and thanking me like, thanks for giving me this great stuff so I can keep working for you. And it becomes that mindset. And so once you change that, it makes it much easier to slide into that lifestyle. It just becomes part of who you are. And that really is key, is loving yourself enough to do the right things for yourself.
Yep, definitely. And that's in every area of life. Your health, what you're putting in your body, what you do outside, how you talk to yourself, how you talk to everybody, it all starts with that self-love.
Right. Yep. I think the one thing we can share with our viewers that you cannot go wrong in when you are looking at changing the foods you put into your body is you always want to make sure that you are eating foods that are low on the glycemic index scale. So foods that are low in sugar, because when you are spiking your blood sugars, you are really creating havoc within your body. It's a food that our bodies do not need in any way, shape, or form. So if you really are looking to make changes today, find foods that are low in the glycemic index, and also find foods that are alkaline, because no disease, illness can survive in an alkaline body. A lot of the sugars and processed foods that we eat create a very acidic body, which creates inflammation, pain, brain fog. It causes a host of other problems. So if you can do those two things, eat foods that are low on a glycemic index, and eat foods that do not create acidity in your body, you are going to put yourself on a good path. I, for one, am a person who has kind of coined the phrase intuitive living, which started with intuitive eating.
Yep.
I have turned into a gym girl over the last couple years, and the people I used to start the gym with were kind of your typical old school gym rats, right? That followed a very structured macro micro diet. I was told to eat Rice Krispie treats before I went into the gym to work out. I was told I needed to, down so many calories, carbs, and protein after a workout. And I just kept saying, it's not for me. It's not for me. And I started telling people, I'm just intuitively listening to my body and giving my body intuitively what I feel it needs. And I've done very well with that.
Yes, you're doing great.
Just listening to my body, and I've now turned that into intuitive living. Listen to yourself. But once you start to get to know your body, when you start loving yourself, intuitive eating becomes a breeze. And so us going out and eating stromboli and a plate of pasta and a cheesecake and all of that, I know it doesn't affect me anymore. I don't have that guilt. And in fact, I'm telling my body, like, look at the great food we get to try out tonight, because we can handle it now.
Yeah. One unhealthy menu, one unhealthy dish doesn't make you fat. Neither does one healthy dish make you skinny. It's all about the habits that you do. Shop the perimeter of your grocery store, eat real food, and you'll keep those low glycemics and nice alkaline body.
Yeah. Those are keys.
Yes, definitely.
You won't go wrong.
Yeah, and always, no matter what, love yourself. Love where you are today. If you're overweight, love yourself for your overweight. That weight that you're wearing is just a protection that your body has put on. It's extra energy. We'll learn to burn that off. Love yourself where you are today and think skinny, and you're going to end up there. Follow us if you want to have more. Let us know what you guys want to hear about. We're an open book. We're super excited to do this. We have a list of very fun things coming up for everybody. If there's anything more you guys want to say, comment below, hit the like button, and we're going to see you soon.